So, me.
No, but I'm a senior. What about you guys, sophomore?
Sophomore. I'm a freshman.
Awesome.
So my name is John Salzman. I'm a senior at CNU. I like music. I play music a lot. I'm a vice president of CAB organization. I'm one of the leaders of FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I love getting into trouble and doing things that require a lot of skill. I like to win. I'm really competitive. Honestly, playing the people is what the game is, I think. And so it's hard to figure out what you're going to do without knowing who's in it. And so I think once I figure out know the people that are in it and the other contestants, then I'll figure out and try to go about how I'm going to do things.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey guys.
What's up, everyone? Hello.
Good morning.
I'm Dalton.
Hey, Colin. Nice.
Alex?
Yes.
Dalton, Alex, I'm Ryan.
I'm
Eden.
Eden.
Like the garden?
Garden.
Love that.
My personality, I love to do this kind of thing, like strategize, solving problems quickly under pressure, getting myself out of trouble, I guess. Yeah. I'm excited to meet some new people. It's definitely hard to meet people, especially in COVID and transferring here. So yeah, I obviously didn't know a lot of people on campus or in Virginia in general. So I'm really excited to meet some people who are also interested in this because obviously I think we all kind of have something in common.
Well, there was a little incident last night with burnt popcorn.
Oh, did you get a fire alarm set off?
Yup. Well, yeah.
That's common.
Yup. As far as I'm hearing, too.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a whole lot of Survivor. I've been watching it live since season 37, but I've gone past to rewatch past seasons as well. I know a majority of the twists, a lot of the strategies that are dealt with as part of this game. When to form an alliance, when to not form an alliance, when to lie to people to get further ahead in the game. When it comes to the jury, you don't want to backstab them too bad, especially when you're living in your own school. You don't want to backstab them too bad because else they might not give you that vote at the end to win the game. I think I'm going to be the winner because I'm going to think 4 steps ahead of everybody else. They're going to keep on thinking about the next vote, but I'm going to try to keep my line on the main prize.
I'm Dalton. Hey,
That's
Luke.
fun.
Luke, nice to meet you. How many of us are there?
Yeah.
12.
Not the,
12.
Like, how long have you been friends?
There's
Half.
a freshman
Great.
group that thinks they're...
I'm Luke. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, so out of state. Here at CNU, I'm involved in Greek life. I'm an athlete. I'm on the sailing team. So I found that I'm someone who doesn't have just like one friend group or one like friend or anything that I hang out with. I kind of have always had different, like kind of bounce around different groups. So for me, I've kind of through that feel like I've learned to get along with a wide variety of people. Typically hang out with people who are a little quieter, maybe not so much loud, like kind of in your face. But I mean, I'm open to working with anybody.
Luke, Eden, Ryan, John, Alex. Anybody. Dalton. Okay, cool.
I'm terrible with names. I
It's good.
promise.
As long as you don't remember my name, you can't write it down, so. No, that's true.
Never trust anyone fully because you never know, who has alliances with who else and who might be two-faced to you and say one thing. Be nice to everyone, be fair to everyone, but never trust everyone fully. Always have your guard up, but, when it comes to teamwork, you have to work as a team. You can't be selfish and like, I'm going to win this for me. You have to be like a group member and we're going to get through this together. And then once, teams merge and everything, then you get to the point where it's kind of more of an individual game and you dwindle down and then you spend more time with those people that are left and then you figure out who to trust and who not to trust at that point.
Well, I'm in business law right now.
Go here for
I think
Not
that's
too many
actually
laws.
interesting. I was waiting to get my MBA too.
Like right now, and
Oh.
my law career, business law.
Taylor, Dalton.
I never wanted to be a lawyer. I think that law was it's still like
So, on Twitter, I play with my friends and we play mini fast games of Survivor, and gotten pretty far in some of them. I'm kind of confrontational when I play Survivor, so I kind of get out early. I try to stage a blind side and it doesn't work most of the time. So yeah, just get a number 1 and then hopefully they have some people, and because I know there's always a clique in Survivor, all the hot people, and then just the people that are just there, and the hot people usually win. mean, not win, but they have the majority sometimes. But then there's always that one person that'll flip. Hopefully, I'll be like the one person that they need to vote for, but maybe not.
I'm Dalton. Samir. Sydney? Wait, do I know you, Sydney?
I love it.
What'd you say?
Bronwyn.
Wait, never mind.
It's a true name.
The most successful players are definitely leaders in their own way, but also know when to shut their mouth and let other people think that they're doing the work behind the decisions, but when in actuality, the more quiet people sometimes lead the vote. The people who I would probably not get along with are overly cocky people.
I'm gonna win. Period.
Thinks that they're super cool or something. I don't know. I normally don't get along with those kinds of people.
I'm not someone who gives up easy, so I think I'll be able to play the people more than the actual game. But as far as challenging goes, I'm gonna win all of them. I promise you that.
I watched the first episode from last season. Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually my season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look a little different.
Oh, yeah. That was my freshman year. That's when I started. That was the first time.
So I watched the first episode of that, so I don't know what happens in that season.
Spoiler, I didn't do well.
Oh no!
Fourth person voter outside of CNU main college. Gwen, Charlottesville. There we go.
What about you? Weather's weather.
Best way to describe me is I'm a creator, I'm an artist. I love to write poetry, read a lot of books. I'm the youngest child of 4. I also love cats a lot. I have 5 cats at home. So if somebody ever shows me a picture of a cat or just wants to talk to me about cats, I could go on forever. I can be sociable at times, and I can also be very clever and conniving at times. So having those different aspects of myself all rolled up into one is going to make it not me a person to contend with, hopefully.
Welcome to Cyber CNU, Uncharted Waters, Season 4 of Cyber CNU. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is not give you buffs. The first thing I want you to do is get into groups of 3, and then we will proceed. Just get into groups of 3.
Which building do you live in? Yorkwood. I was in the crowd.
Okay, so what group wants to get buffs first? Okay, well that makes it pretty easy. All right. It is purple.
I mean, hey, what can I say?
Samir.
I love Survivor. I love the strategic parts, challenges, like the suspenseful moments throughout the game. They're just super exciting to watch. But above all, I would do anything for my tribe to win. And then to further myself in the game all the way to the end.
And Dalton, you're on the purple tribe. I'm going to keep going down the line. Bronwyn.
Yes.
Also,
yes.
Also on the purple tribe.
Sorry, guys. We're gonna
I'm not going to be the most physical player out there. Definitely going to try my best. But I think I could win because, I'm going to play it the way that I know how. I'm going to try to do it play my game and maybe not try to just be like everyone else. Definitely try to make these alliances in the beginning, but also have the end goal in mind.
Okay, and you guys. Huh.
All girls.
Interesting. So, this really is Uncharted Waters. You are also on the purple tribe.
Wait, I'm so confused. Why did you have an orange one on the table?
We're all of one tribe.
No, this is only 3 for one tribe.
It's everyone. It's everyone against Ryan. Sorry.
Damn, sorry, Ryan. Ryan and Edie. You're transfer, so it's us against each other. I'm so made it to the merge, bitches.
Not only is this uncharted waters because of the restrictions you're on, there is no tribes. There is one tribe.
I'm so glad because I like everyone.
Everyone made, congratulations, you all made the merge, but but things are going to get a lot difficult because the first vote, no one's got a tribal council yet. So, yeah. So all challenges will be individual immunity for individual immunity. Okay? All right. Let's head to the challenge.
Wait, I have to look somewhere.
This is for individual immunity. Here's the necklace. Can't really see it because it's far away, but just checkmate's here. So how this challenge will work is you got into groups of 3, and those are the people you'll be facing off against. So the way this is going to work is you have a cup of water, and it'll be on a ping pong ball, a ping pong paddle. Okay? And you can swipe to try to knock down the
it's this challenge.
And if your water cup hits the ground, you are out. The person of the group that is the last person standing with their cup not hitting the ground moves on to the next round. The winner of each of your waves will get a clue to a hidden immunity idol that I have already hidden. Survivor CNU Uncharted Waters first immunity challenge. Survivors ready? Go! Ryan's not Ryan's just watching you guys losing needed. Eden's falls. Make sure Ryan doesn't step out. Luke moves on. Alright. Round 2 is Alex, John, and Kayla. Survivors ready? Go! John took it down. John moves on. Wow. Put the paddle and the cup down. The cup did not touch the ground. She was not out. Better not do that. Okay. Survivors ready? Go! Everyone be very cautious. Richard, don't step out, Shannon. Shannon steps out, Anna's out. Ryan, sometimes Rita goes up. Our final wave is the lady Bronwyn, Sydney, and Emily. Survivors ready? Go! Everyone wants the last spot, everyone wants to clue to the first idol. Moving on with Luke, John, facing up with Samir. Everyone beside each other up. No one wants to make the first move.
I know.
Someone's got to. If you want to win. Everyone is very timid, very cautious. Everyone make the first move. And John, this is for the championship. You both have already won the first move to the idol. Move on to try to be immune for the first challenge, for the first tribal council. Survivors ready. Go! John, going with the same strategy. Right after Luke. Wins easily. John wins. Alright, semi-final round. Bronwyn and Samir. Simon's ready. Go! Samir very aggressive. And Samir falls first. Bronwyn getting all the boards right. Okay. This is the championship round between John and Bronwyn. Two separate strategies of one throwing it up, one keeping on the ground. The winner will win immunity for the first tribal council of CNU Uncharted Waters. Alright, ready. Go! John is not going for the strategy, going right to Bronwyn. He is now. They both did it!
That's a tie.
Championship round between John and Bronwyn for immunity. Sarver's ready. Go! Will they both do it? They're both stepping. They both put it down. John, not so first. John wins immunity. First. Luke, Bronwyn, and Samir, come on up. Because you each won your round, open these in private. This is the first clue to the hidden immunity idol. Okay, open it. Open it whenever you want, but like not right now.
Okay.
She's like, okay, I gotta go.
Everyone go to the bathroom!
Okay, and John, come on up. John. And unfortunately, you can thank Bronwyn because this necklace is very wet. There you go. First tribal council, you're not going home, not first person out of the season. Everyone else can say the same. I'll see you in a few days. This is our tribal council, and have a good night.
I played a bunch of sports growing up. I was always super active. I was, always outside. Never really stayed inside. And up until last year, my life was going, my life is going. Everyone has ups and downs. Last year, I had open heart surgery. Yeah, so I had a car accident, and I was given a 1 in 400 chance of living at best.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's 0.25. So after that, it definitely changed my perspective on everything. Everything changed after that. So stuff like this, I was never one to get super involved in activities. I would just, do my thing. I'd go to my sports, go to class, play more sports probably after doing homework, and continue. But as far as clubs and pep rallies in high school, pep rallies are a little different. I'd get hyped in student section and all that stuff and play sports, but clubs I was never really my thing growing up. Mm-hmm. And then coming to college, it's a whole new experience, and I'm trying connect more to everyone because that's just how life is. You're gonna need to make connections with everyone, and later on, who knows whether you'll talk to them or not. But if you have them as that option, then it's good. And this club seemed like it was, or this organization, I don't know if you call it club.
Whatever works.
I just don't want to, but yeah, so this club, it seemed like it was something that I've always thought about, growing up. I was like, what if I was on Survivor? I know I'm not the only person, obviously. Yeah, but I was like, if I'm on Survivor, I'd go on there just to go. It'd be fun, because I get really competitive, and, you want to win. But coming here, I saw this on the email, I was like, if I'm come here, I'm gonna apply myself a little more. As far as I know, no one, I was telling my mom about this, no one has, I don't think anyone with Survivor, anyone who has won Survivor has had open heart. And this isn't going to be why I'm going to win, but it's one of the reasons. I want to be the first person to win who has had open heart.
So before the game started, I thought that there were possibly going to be 16 people, possibly 2 tribes of the 8, possibly. But now it's a tribe of 12, but only a merge. Changes the game completely.
When there's no tribe split, the idea of keeping the tribe strong went out the window right there and that. Because, at this point, you have to get out the physical threats. Anybody who's going to be a threat to you, should you make it to the end.
I'm just going into this. I think it's good that I don't know anything, in a way. my plan was to stay back and not talk much and to just listen. I think Survivor, you need to play the players more than actual game, or if that is the game. I think just playing off of what they're thinking, what they're doing. And so, I don't know, going in, I had no strategy, no plan. I was just ready to see what needed to be done.
So right after the challenge ended, a bunch of us kind of walked to the side and sat down, and we kind of solidified an alliance.
Guys, we just came up with an alliance name. They're all freshmen. I'm a sophomore. We are the Underdogs. 1, 2, 3. Underdogs!
I was going to go back to my room, but then I saw this big group of people, so I was like, guess I have to socialize. So I was like, wait for me. And they're like, okay, we're a majority. And And I was like, yay. I was like, I love you guys. We should hang out more, blah, 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 blah.
12 people voting me?
No, there's 12 people total. We need 7.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I think Kayla would be somebody that I would want to work with because she lives right down the hall from me.
Immediately, we get probably like 30 feet, and people are like, this is our group. And then they like sat down and they're like, okay, who are we voting for? We gotta debrief right now. And I was like, oh my god, okay.
I mean, they're two of the most physical players that are in this game.
Wait, did you say John and Luke?
Yeah, we can't do John because he has immunity. Luke is a threat as well as John because of their performance in the challenge.
Conversations were like starting during the challenge. So people were just walking over to me and like, okay, what about John? Are you guys good with John or Luke, whoever doesn't want immunity? And we're like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that because they are big threats, and also it's not me. So,
and then I went over to Sydney and Emily as Bronwyn and Samir were competing, and I was like, hey guys, let's get out Luke. And I could tell by the fact that I started the conversation so early in the game, they were taken aback. They're like, oh god, we're already starting game talk. It was really fun to watch other people play it and to see how quickly John and Luke broke the game. And then you just accepted it, and I was like, oh, okay. So we can break challenges.
I always try to think a way out of it. I think when I'm given the instructions, I'm thinking to myself, how do I do it without following that instruction specifically? Or how can I be different than what everybody else is doing? So my first strategy was to throw the water up in the air, but then Luke did it, and so I couldn't do that because he did it. And so people would expect that. So once I realized that there was really no defense to it, I think that was the answer.
Luke tonight, or for the first trial.
Thursday, yeah.
And then John, if he wins immunity, we go for Eden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They needed to be out as soon as possible, otherwise they would have a strong case in the end. So we agreed that we were going to stay 8 strong until we had no choice but to turn on each other.
There was at one point where Dalton was like, oh, like, I love all of you guys, like, but I'll do anything, like, I will backstab any of you.
I want all of you to know I like all of you so far, but I will do anything it takes to win.
Yeah.
I mean, no hard feelings, nothing personal.
Oh, the great thing to, like, be telling your alliance game 1. He's like, yeah, you all seem great, but, like, I will do absolutely whatever it takes. And I was like, respect. Honesty.
We split to go back to the dorms. The 5 of us who stayed in the York complex, we all kind of made a bond. That's Samir, me, Shannon, Sydney, and Bronwyn. We kind of have the majority within the majority, and then Bronwyn and I have really connected kind of on a separate level.
So we are the final 5 Yorkies.
Yorkies.
We're all from York.
All the freshmen.
Yeast
and Yest.
Emily, who was actually in like my orientation crew group over the summer. So we had only like met virtually. I know she's on my hall.
She like came to my room at like 10:30 on Monday night, and she shared a bunch of information with me. She shared the clue. She told me that she had gone hunting for it after the challenge, and that, you know, she wanted my input on it, and she said she really trusted me.
I don't know, we haven't really talked about it, but I know that you're really smart, and I know that you know the game really well.
Thanks.
I also I don't know. I think I'd like to go final 2 with you. I know that's a little like early to say, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Down.
Obviously, like I think you're a pretty scary threat, and that's honestly kind of why I want to team up with you.
All right.
Samir and Bronwyn like showed us their clues, so which are the same. So we all decided to like split up and go. And then like the clue said, the big thing in the clue was like the place of Paul. So we've been trying to look, like we looked around CNH forever, and we looked around the library forever. Nobody could find anything. So either we're just looking in the wrong spot, or one of the other guys already has it. So yeah, we're trying to like adjust our plans now, just in case. They were like, we should look for idols, and because 2 people in that group, the underdogs, had the idol like clue, so they're like, we should look for idols and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be so fun.
We looked all around campus and could not find it. We ran into John, and John was like, "What are you guys doing?" We said, "We're just looking for the immunity idol because you can't lie if you're standing there looking in a bush." And he knows you have a clue. Bronwyn and Samir were good enough to share their clues with us to be able to go around and look. So we caught John, and then he told my group that he hadn't looked for the idol because he wasn't worried or anything. He said he was safe this week. He didn't feel any pressure.
I think, like, to use strategy-wise, not lying to anybody in the game is the way I want to go.
So me and Emily are chatting, and we were kind of discussing about John, about having the idol clue, possibly finding the idol and not making sure that not one of the 8 of us go home. If John wins every single immunity, then, and if he plays an idol, then one of the 8 of us, we don't have a chance.
Dude, we have a majority right now. We can't screw this up.
Yeah. Because it's like, even if we had the advantage and he played an idol, like, I didn't want to have a 4-4-4 tie.
No.
So what I'm thinking is, if we do split the vote 4-4-4 and John ends up playing an idol, at least we could get 1 luck for us. Yeah. And then, hello.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. No, I feel like if we don't find it though, we should split the votes.
We're planning to split the votes, 4 for Luke and then 4 for Eden, because we figured Luke's the biggest target after John, and he would most likely have the idol if John didn't get it or Ryan and Eden didn't get it because he had the clue. And then Eden's pretty athletic.
So it was like the 2 groups of idol hunting. That's how we're dividing the votes. So Sydney, Emily, Alex, and Bronwyn are voting for Eden. And then Dalton, Kayla, Samir, and I are voting for Luke.
I'm going in with the assumption that John and his alliance has found the idol. So therefore, we're splitting the votes with hopes of flushing the idol out if he plays it. If he doesn't, then it'll just go to a tie.
I don't think they would vote Dalton just because he's a sophomore.
True. If they want to go upperclassmen, yeah.
Go for the freshman.
Which I also,
freshmen.
I think that also puts Dalton in a tricky spot too, where
he's like right in the middle, where if he wanted to, he could flip. But we still have 7 majority. Yeah, I don't necessarily think he would, because I think he does want to be with the majority. But
would he flip? Yes.
Yeah, if it did come down to it, like if he found, if he found out that they had found the idol and John had immunity, he would.
But they can't flip. But they can flip somebody, and then 2 of us would have to do something to make that happen. But there's no way.
So like once we get rid of the 4, he's the first to go.
He's
gonna make trouble.
Yeah.
What can I get for
Good
you?
person.
He's very relatable. He's likable too. I mean,
What size do you want?
You could easily beat any of us in a final 2.
And then I'm concerned the first vote
after the Minority Alliance is gone would possibly be Dalton, because he's very talkative and can really plant stuff into people's heads. It can try to flip something.
A lot of it is up in the air, and I don't like it because I don't like uncertainty. I like things to be set in stone, and I just know it, and everything's gonna move and gonna change, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. I don't like it.
And then I had a one-on-one with Shannon last night.
I was so tempted to text into the group chat last night and say, is anyone else's mind just turning and thinking about and mulling over all the numbers? Because me.
Me, I was actually thinking about it, but like I didn't want to say anything directly in the group chat.
Yeah, I also thought about it, and then I was like, wait, no, if I do that, then like people will realize that I'm doing that, and I can't actually
Yeah, because then people will judge and be like, you might want to go this way, that way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying not to play hard, but I feel like to keep everyone intact is the greatest thing.
Yeah. Who knows if we're even gonna like have an easy 4 first votes. I feel like that always happens. It's always
and then it's always
really easy, final 8.
Yeah,
and then it's like
it's nothing.
It's light side. First thing.
It's just for a vote or two, but then I feel like it'll split. I'd like the final 10 be a 5-5 scenario, or we might use the people in that minority alliance to help us.
I honestly feel like no one's gonna split this early. I feel like I've already heard talk that Ron wants to get out Dalton next vote, so I feel like the next vote will probably be less uncertain. But I feel like it's pretty certain for this one. I say that now, and I'll probably be the first one voted out because that's what always happens.
Alright, well, good morning. It is about 6:45 p.m. I just got back from getting food from Subway. We got 3 subs. Yeah, I'm hungry. Well, so today, I texted Luke and John and Eden about possibly forming an alliance, and what they said is that they'd be down. And we were talking about how the majority, we still don't have the majority yet because there's 12 people, but we were talking about how we wanted to start small and then, figure out who we can trust and see what the game does, if they're going to be put into tribes or not.
Good morning, everyone.
That's right.
It's 9:36 in the morning.
I have a question. Do I get to vote?
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
I don't know any.
No one can vote for you, so you're safe.
I apologize for that, by the way.
I was like, I'd rather have him win than someone I don't know.
Yeah.
Just try and stick with them as long as possible, kind of thing, because we're all, like, aside from the game, we're all like pretty good friends, like we get along really well. And then like in the game, I think we're all just kind of smart and quick to think. And so I think they're just a little less naive about going about things. So yeah.
Strategically, myself, I'm not ever trying to say, hey, we should vote for this person. I'm just trying to get someone else to say it and then back the other person up. I never want to be the ringleader at all.
But so who are we thinking of voting?
Voting
You said,
now?
yeah, like as of right now, just of right now.
I kind of think Bronwyn.
I'm Bronwyn too.
Bronwyn?
I think, personally, I don't know, the vibe I get is like mischievous.
Yeah, she seemed to be like a big threat, I thought.
So we got more information and we're going to vote Bronwyn because she seems like a threat, and we heard that she wants to vote Luke out.
So I was looking for it last night, and I saw Shamir and whatever her Dewaltney, what is
The
it?
girl that was in the final.
Yes.
I thought maybe we should, sorry, a little off topic, but in terms of who we might vote for, maybe her, because she seemed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And she seemed like really like into it.
I'm wanting to vote off one of those two because they were like, I wasn't even looking. I wasn't even looking for anything. I was just like walking back from my from my friend's place back, and they were just together. I could tell they were looking for something.
So you think
one of
Shamir
them.
Bronwyn?
Either one of those, because they're definitely the type of people who are
savvy about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought too much about who to vote on here. I was thinking more we just need to get at least 6 people because that's half, preferably 7. So I obviously 4 of us. I thought Kayla, she seemed to be down with us.
You can't be too boring or you're not going to win. So Kayla's just kind of included in both groups. Like, I think the four of us are a pretty solid group, and then the other group are kind of solid, and she kind of is in both. So yeah, it kind of just like she kind of hops whichever one is meeting that day, which I think made John, Luke, and Ryan a little nervous because they were just like, oh, like where are her loyalties kind of thing. But I'm like, this is the first week, like she can't do too much harm.
I am in a majority alliance with the other people, and we were idol searching. Obviously, you saw that. So.
To be honest with you, I was gonna wait to see if you
Yeah,
said
I know. I was like, let me just say it now. We were idol searching, and
wait, like everybody else?
Literally everybody else but you guys. So, but they're being they're being not smart, and they want to split the votes 4v4. So they want to make it a tie. I don't know.
What would that accomplish?
I don't. That's what I was like. I literally asked them. I was like, "Are you sure you want to split the votes?" And they were like, "Yeah, we can make the tie." And
Split
then
the vote for who?
Split the vote between Eden and Luke.
We kind of got wind that they were trying to split the votes between me and Eden in case one of us didn't have the idol, which we don't have, but that's fine. That actually helped us because that way we would have at least 4 votes too. So it would, not that it would really help us, but like it would give us a tour. We only needed a 5th vote. We only need to convince one person. So
Like, why would you want to?
Because they said then they're like, they're just like, okay, we're just going to get rid of Luke. And I was like, why don't we just do that the first time? But they're like, no, let's just split the votes. And I was like, you don't split the votes till like later on.
Please let them split the vote. Do you feel like you're on the outside?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like talk more. I would say so, like all the girls that are in the group and then Dalton. So this is the 5.
Yeah.
It's like the your freshman.
At first, John and Luke were both like, oh, Alex seems really cool kind of thing. And then Kayla was like, oh, kind of hates both of you. So they're like, oh, like, maybe we shouldn't vote or keep him on.
Do you think it would be smart to reach out to Alex to see what he's...
Reach out to who? Alex? I don't know. He seems like he's really set on getting you guys out because of the big competitor thing. He was like, we don't need them because we're doing an individual immunity and da-da-da-da.
I want to say Brunhnuh.
Yeah,
That's
Alex and
my
she seems like a big threat right now.
Alright.
I think.
So I'm kind of in a pickle, but not really.
We just have to trust that she can do it with us this first game.
Yeah, I don't think we have much of a...
We don't have a choice.
Okay, but we're still on Brahman, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we just have to trust that she votes for Brahman.
Yeah.
Otherwise, one of us are gonna vote out.
But I trust her completely. Like, I think she's with us.
So we said this is the 4 that we want as like the whole entire, okay, we won't lie to each other, we won't do anything. But when we include Kayla, we didn't realize we could trust, we feel like we can trust her. And so now it's a 5. Now we've done everything. You saw the other group chats. We've only been texting in on Kayla.
Yeah, I'm really confident in the alliance that we have now with us 4, and we plan on going a little bit farther than that first tribal council. But we'll see how it goes. So, good night.
But we heard that they want to split the votes for Luke and Eden. I don't know for what reason. It's kind of stupid, in my opinion. And Dalton thought that too, and Kayla thought that too. So they want to vote for us, with us.
The underdogs are voting for Luke, who he himself claims, even though he has a clue, he told me that he hadn't searched and he hadn't found it. So they're voting for Luke. And then their backup plan is if he plays the idol, vote for Eden, which was kind of out of left field for me because she didn't pose a threat, but I guess out of the 4, John has immunity. If Luke somehow finds the idol, and then Eden, and Ryan, so I guess I just chose Eden. So it's Luke or Eden.
Dalton stood out a lot to me because he was talking a lot. So off the bat, I was like, I think he seems like the type of person who's gonna try and talk to everyone. That was my first thought about him. And from what I've seen so far, that's true. And he's been talking to everyone in the game, and that makes me very it gives me mixed feelings about him because he's talking to everyone, and I don't truly know what side he's on, regardless of what he says.
And I don't trust it because I feel like if he's making friends with everybody, that's going to give him a lot of options to jump.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so,
he also could be telling other people what we are saying.
Right.
That's why, I don't know. He seems just a little too far up there.
I don't want to be an alliance of 8, including myself, against 4, because in 4 weeks, if everything goes well and we manage to vote all 4 of them out, then we all have to turn on each other immediately. A couple days pass, and I go behind all of their backs and go talk to Luke, who they were all threatened by, and I felt like sometimes a threat is your biggest ally.
But yeah, I have no clue what I'm gonna do. Because like we just like started.
Right.
So I have an opinion on it.
Yeah, no, I don't know like who might be a threat or anything.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. The girl who got second, Bronwyn. He kind of brought it up to me.
He brought it up to you?
Yeah, like I didn't really say. I mean, I was like kind of for it, but I wasn't. I didn't certainly told him I was for it because she seems like a big threat right now.
Because she was runner-up, and she's very into the game, she's very strategic, and she was looking in all the right places for the idol. She's someone to get rid of, sooner rather than later.
Bronwyn is kind of who we're going for. Unless if one of them is super against that, then I'd be alright with changing, but I don't think they
I think Bronwyn's the target.
I think so.
That's the point.
And for me, for 2 reasons. Obviously, she said she was a threat.
Yeah.
And 2, that freshman girl, I don't want to call it a alliance yet because we haven't seen if it actually is.
Right.
But the potential for it, that's 4. And, at this point, that's not a majority, but getting kind of close.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried about that. Also, I don't 100% trust Dalton. And I don't think the rest of the people in my group do either. So I talked to him, and I didn't tell him that I met people out soon. I told him Ryan had texted me once, but that was it.
So we have been, I think, successfully meeting with Dalton separately so that he doesn't know that we're all together and talking to each other. Because we did that on 2 or a couple of reasons. One of them was if Dalton's story switched every time he talked to us, that means he's lying. But it has not. So we think that he's telling the truth. And then now, that way he doesn't think that we're all meeting, so he doesn't think that we're all a threat altogether.
All right. I hate to crush her little survivor dreams, but
Oh my god.
I want to make mine come true. So gotta do what you gotta do. But I did meet with Ryan last night, and I told Ryan about both of them because I feel like I trust him the most at this point in the game, even though that's kind of hard to say who you trust week 1. But Ryan and I feel like will be good together in the challenges or in the competition here on out.
But they were like, I think he already has it, and I was like, I know for a fact he doesn't. But I didn't tell them that because when I met with Luke, I didn't tell him anything about the 7 of them. And when I was with them, I didn't mention Luke at all.
Right. So
you're the only one that knows everything.
Right.
So congratulations. Damn right.
So my idea was, what if we voted for someone who wasn't there, like someone who you wouldn't think, like who could be a threat, but someone who, like, you don't think would come on your team.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing was, I didn't talk to Alex at all, or those girls that I mentioned earlier. Who I said Emily, that was the one who I thought of. I didn't talk to Alex either.
Yeah.
So it's the same idea, and he seems very.
Shannon was very, very into it as well. Shannon is going to be a threat eventually.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
We've heard that she's aligned herself with a couple of people in that league. Like she has a little like sub team.
She, like we were talking about, she thinks that she might get voted out by us, right? Like that's what, like if she feels like we're gonna vote for her, she's probably feeling just a little bit like worried. And if she doesn't have the idol. So what I was thinking is, like, I think all of us, if we all voted together on Bronwyn, it'd be enough to vote her out.
Mm-hmm.
But if she did have the idol and she played it, then none of our votes would count.
Right.
So what I was saying is, if we voted for someone who is like working with Bronwyn,
And maybe not expect.
yeah, not expecting. So it'd be a more sure vote, and they wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
And it would throw Bronwyn off as far as like alliances and all that stuff.
He's with us for this week, but we don't want him. We don't necessarily want to get too far, because I do see him as someone who can easily switch sides. That's a little risky. Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. I'm saying like it's taking out Bronwyn is like a bold move.
Mm-hmm.
My idea is like taking out the
Right,
support
yeah.
system, and eventually she's gonna fall eventually if she doesn't get a whole new group.
Right.
But that forces her hand
Right.
to where we essentially gain control.
Yeah.
Because after that vote, people are gonna know that 8 alliance isn't
Right. Now our plan is for Shannon, because she seems to be in that group with Shannon.
And it's also something that they aren't expecting. They think we're going to vote for Bronwyn. And so if we are able to confuse them and figure out what's next, that's the strategy they're going for.
my biggest thing is if Shannon does get voted out tonight, then to me that proves that we have a couple people that we could trust at least a little bit.
I'm just trying to survive.
That could be the intro right there.
Yeah, like a manatee in the ocean.
He's actually the 13th player. You didn't know?
No way.
Right, exactly.
It seems to be like squaring up.
It's John's spirit.
Welcome to your first tribal council. This is the Survivor CNU torch. In this game, fire represents your life. Once your fire is gone, so are you, and that'll be the case for one of you tonight. I realized that you guys don't have a tribe name. So do you want to just real quick think of the tribe name?
Yes.
Dalton wants to do it.
Wait, okay, so in like Survivor Show, they always do like name it from the beach or an area like around them. I thought of a cool beach near us is Buckrow Beach. What if we did Roebuck?
Is that good for you guys? What does the praying mantis say?
Yeah, he agrees.
Yeah.
Alright, is that good for you guys?
Sure.
Okay, Roebuck. So let's get started. So Bronwyn, you walk up and start meeting people. What was your general vibe of this tribe?
Well, everyone was really outspoken and really friendly. Everyone seemed fairly down to earth and just excited to be playing.
And Luke, the first thing I asked you guys to do was put yourselves in groups of 3. How did you guys decide what 3 you wanted to do? Was it people close to you? Was it people that you just felt you gelled with better? How did you decide that?
For me, it was the people closest to me. I kind of sat back for a second, and then everyone else just kind of dispersed, and the 2 people to my right were still there. That's kind of how it happened.
Okay. So let's get to the challenge. Now, John, what made you think of the strategy of putting the ping pong paddle down? Okay. Well, it worked out well for you. Won immunity. Samir, you won a clue to hidden immunity idol along with Bronwyn, Luke, and John. Do you think that puts a target on your back first thing in the game?
Absolutely. I mean, when you find a clue, people are going to instantly put you on their kill list.
Okay. Kayla, have you noticed any cliques or groups that have joined together since the challenge ended?
No. No, I have not.
Okay. So you have not noticed people pairing off or going into groups and talking to each other about
The only groups I probably would say were the group of 3s that we went into, but I haven't seen anything else.
Okay. Alex, have you also seen a lack of strategy for this first vote?
I haven't seen any strategy being played at all. I think everyone's just picking someone for the first vote, just letting it ride, just hope they're on the right side of the numbers.
Sydney, how do you decipher that you're on the right side of the numbers?
I think for everyone, especially with the first vote, we're still kind of figuring it out. So you just kind of gotta go with the people I think that maybe we click off the bat, maybe see how that goes, and just this first vote, we just kind of gotta, like someone said, ride it out and see what happens.
Eden, what is your take in all of this? Everyone here is saying that there's not been strategy, no one's really talking, everyone just wanted to make it past the first vote. Do you buy it?
I think in general, people are just kind of naive. It's the first week, we're all like, oh, this is kind of fun, and so it's not quite intense yet. So I personally didn't see a ton of strategy. We were just kind of like, whatever, we'll figure it out. So yeah, I think because it's just still early in the game, and people are just still kind of trying to figure it out.
Emily, so if on paper, what I'm hearing is not a lot of strategy, what do you base your vote on tonight?
It's definitely different that we're on the same track. Normally if we were on separate tracks, we might go a different way. So it's honestly up to each person and kind of what they're basing their decision on, whether it's strength or maybe they have a strategist. It could be any number of reasons since obviously none of us talk about strategy with each other. So we just kind of have to feel out the group mentality and see where we go.
Ryan, Do you think tonight's gonna be a blindside?
I agree with like what everyone's saying about just feeling it all out. I think most people are just coming in this vote hoping that it's not them getting voted out tonight.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, raise your hand if you feel safe tonight. Not one person feels safe.
John.
Oh, John. Okay. John is safe. Okay. Luke, why don't you feel safe tonight?
Oh, well, kind of like what everyone else has been saying, no one expects to be the first person to go home, but obviously no one wants to be. And we're so new, like I didn't know anybody coming to the game, like when I got there on Sunday night, and I saw everyone, like I didn't recognize anybody, so it was completely new for me. Don't really, still meeting people, still kind of getting to know people. It's only been a few days. So it could be real easy for me to go home. And I did get a clue to the immunity. I won the first round. I obviously didn't go very far, but I won the first round, so I feel like that kind of puts a little bit of a target on my back. So yeah, I don't feel safe at all. I want to be surprised if I win. I don't know anybody. And I did a little bit.
You said me.
Don't let it decapitate you.
Well.
Dan, y'all want to make it on the island, I'll tell you what. No, that's why I'm not able to survive. Exactly.
Okay. Alright, even with the big first move of the season. Okay. So, with all that in mind, no one feels safe tonight. Unfortunately, one of you will be the first person to run out of start CNU Uncharted Waters. Alright, so it is time to vote. Kayla, you're first.
I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but whatever.
Luke, I love you, man. It's time for you to go.
I'm voting for you because you're a part of a snake and you're the tail of it.
Good morning.
Focus.
Gotta go, Shannon. Sorry.
If anybody has the Opinion Immunity Idol and you would like to play it, now is the time to do so. Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person who voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I read the votes. First vote. Luke. Eden. One vote Luke, one vote Eden. Luke. Eden. That's 2 votes Luke, 2 votes Eden. Eden. That's 3 votes Eden, 2 votes Luke. Eden. 4 votes Eden, 2 votes Luke. Shannon. Shannon. 4 votes Eden, 2 votes Luke, 2 votes Shannon. Shannon. That's 3 votes Shannon. Shannon. We are tied. 4 votes Eden, 4 votes Shannon, 2 votes Luke, 2 votes left. Shannon. That's 5 votes Shannon, 4 votes Eden, 2 votes Luke, 1 vote left. First person player I've ever seen you on Uncharted Waters, Shane. Shane, bring the report. Shannon, transfer. Time for her to go. Well, first vote seems to be a blind side. Looks like some of you did a lot of work. A lot of the other ones have a lot of work to do. That's all I got. This is not got enough for you. Grab stuff, come back here, that's all. Good night. Next time on Survivor, the tribe tries to recover after the season's first blindside.
Someone here slept. Yep. So, so that's the elephant in the room. Exactly.
The challenge tests the tribe's school knowledge. Ryan, CNU does have a newspaper, in fact. And Bronwyn and Samir go on an idol hunting adventure.
Okay, wait. Oh my god, there he is. There he is.
Well, okay, this is really sad. I just didn't want to be the first person voted out. I just wanted to get halfway, but I guess maybe they saw me as a strategic threat, so they just wanted to get me out early, but
If it helps, I like your hair.
kind of saw it because the way that the group divided up, but I guess there were 6 of them when they went off together, and they just decided to split it and switch it to me, which is disappointing, but also understandable. It was probably a good play on their part. You know, I just wanted to play more.